The tragedy here is that it's not the planet that's silent, it's that we are unable to understand the language of the planet. And unfortunately, it's the same language, the same symphony that gave birth to us, nourished us, cradled us, and brought us where we are. The most dangerous industry polluting the climate right now has been the global livestock industry. India is still much better in that regard.
It's really wonderful to have you here with us, sir. We are delighted to host you.
Thank you, first of all.
Yes.
Suprabhat and namaskar to everyone.
So, sir, to begin our session, I would like to start by asking, as an environmentalist yourself who has been deeply advocating for sustainability, if the planet could speak to us right now, what do you think it would say to us?
Thank you for asking that question, and thank you from the depths of my heart. Uh, Vartika, the point is that the planet has been speaking to us. It's not been whispering. In fact, right now it's screaming. It's screaming at the top of its voice. The tragedy here is that it's not the planet that's silent, it's that we are unable to understand the language of the planet. And unfortunately, it's the same language, the same symphony that gave birth to us, nourished us, cradled us, and brought us where we are. And how it's screaming, let me translate that for you. On a very personal Indian note, there's a data that came out last year that over 1.7 million Indians die prematurely due to air pollution. That's one every 20 seconds. You are from Uttarakhand, I believe.
Yes.
What has happened just in the last 2 months in our hill states? Mandi, Shimla, Dharali, Tharali yesterday. Apart from that, Jammu Kashmir, Katwa, Anantnag, even across the border in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Hundreds dead, thousands displaced, billions of rupees lost. What's going on? Either we are suffering from cloudbursts or droughts at the same time. And if this is not the planet talking, then what is? I mean, personally, I think we've become so myopic and so self-centered. There's a term, anthropocentric, for that. That we want that this planet should transform into a humanoid. Something like Kurt Russell in that Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like Ego, and come straight and sit like a man and talk to us and tell what the problems are. And when I give this analogy, I'm not mocking your question. Not at all. I'm trying to mock the entire species. I'm trying to mock myself because I think the only language that we should be communicating right now is not only clarity but dark sarcasm when it comes to this, because the injury that we've caused upon this planet is almost beyond repair. Yeah, so the planet is screaming.
So that is very rightly said and a very powerful thought. I think it gives all of us something to really think about. On a similar note, I would like to ask that do you believe climate change is more a people's problem or a policy problem?
It's both. And when I say it's both, I generally come from a eco-spiritualist view, right? So for me, I do not separate peoples from policies. Now, as Sir was also speaking about interpretation of law in our native language, I would put my point straight ahead. The problem with climate change and all the policies that have gone wrong is not in their making, but in their implementation. We know very well where to build when it comes to rivers. The law states it very clearly. But I'm sure you saw the visuals of the Dharali cloudburst. Where were the houses? Where were the resorts? Where were all the hotels? Were they 200 meters away from the river? They were right in the path of the river. Is it really a natural tragedy then? So I think policy framing has not been flawed here. The implementation and following those policies, that's been the biggest predicament. And that can only be solved by people. So if we separate both of them, we are not going to get anywhere.
Okay, so that makes so much sense. And it's very interesting that you call yourself an eco-spiritualist. So when you say that, what exactly do you mean by that?
Okay. I like to answer this in my own language, Hindi, if that's agreeable. तो जब मेरे जीवन को दिशा दशा दी गई, तो मैंने पाया था कि अध्यात्म का उसमें एक अहम किरदार था. और जब भी मैं भारतीय सनातन कल्चर के अध्यात्म को देखता हूं, तो दर्शाता है कि किस प्रकार हम कभी प्रकृति या विज्ञान से भिन्न नहीं रहे, अलग नहीं रहे, डाइवोर्स नहीं रहे. जो ये भिन्नता है, ये शायद हम अपने आप को दूसरी संस्कृतियों के सामने प्रूव करने की होड़ में इस भिन्नता को क्रिएट करते हैं. और आप उसे देखिए, मतलब गीता तो साफ कहती है, असत्यम अप्रतिष्ठानम ते जगदाहुनीश्वरम अपरस्पर संभूतम किम अन्यात है तुका. यानी जो इस पूरी वसुंधरा को एक क्रिएटर द्वारा रचित मानते हैं, उनमें और जो नहीं मानते उनमें यह फर्क है कि जो नहीं मानेंगे वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने इंद्रियों के सुख के लिए, उसके भोगने के लिए इस वसुंधरा का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. और आप देखें, अगर पर्यावरण की जितनी समस्याएं, ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स, इफ यू लुक, द कोर is human greed. And that's why I think Gandhi said that the world has enough for every man's need, but not enough for even a single man's greed. तो मेरा ये मानना है कि हमारी संस्कृति डाइवोर्स्ड हो ही नहीं सकती. 4 आश्रमों में हमारे जीवन को बांटा गया. 4 में से 3 आश्रम ब्रह्मचर्य, गृहस्थ में आप शहरों में रहते थे, लेकिन ब्रह्मचर्य में वनों में आप शिक्षा ग्रहण करने जाते थे. जैसा मुझे यहां पे लगता है, आप प्रकृति के सानिध्य में रह रहे हैं बिल्कुल. उसके बाद वानप्रस्थ का अर्थ ही वन में प्रस्थान करना होता है, संन्यास वन में. तो 3/4 आपका जीवन वनों में बीतता था. भगवान शिव जब समुद्र मंथन हुआ, तो समुद्र मंथन में अमृत निकला. जिन सुरों ने अमृत ग्रहण किया उन्हें हमने देव कहा, लेकिन समुद्र मंथन से हलाहल विष भी निकला था. And it was such a powerful contaminant that one drop of its falling on the ground would have caused 1,000 years of desertification. भगवान शिव ने उस विष को कंठ में धारण किया, नीलकंठ कहलाए. लेकिन सिर्फ नीलकंठ नहीं कहलाए. आप एक बात ध्यान रखिए, अगर आप अपने शक्ति के लिए अमृत ग्रहण करते हैं तो आप बहुत पावरफुल बन जाते हैं, आपको देव कहलाते हैं. लेकिन अगर आप प्रकृति के कल्याण के लिए प्रदूषकों को हटाते हैं हलाहल जैसे, तो आप देवों के देव महादेव कहलाते हैं. इससे बड़ा मैसेज हो ही नहीं सकता. पशुपति नाथ है वो. तो हम जब भी, मेरा जितना भी इकोलॉजी से जो वास्ता हुआ, और यही नहीं, जब कृष्ण अर्जुन के सामने प्रस्ताव लेके, दुर्योधन के सामने प्रस्ताव लेते आते हैं, वो ठुकरा देता है और उन्हीं को बांधना चाहता है. तो संस्कृत में, खैर मैं दिनकर जी को इसमें लेता हूं, कृष्ण का जवाब क्या है? वो उसको एक तरह से धमकाते हैं और कहते हैं, यह देख गगन मुझमें लय है, यह देख पवन मुझमें लय है, मुझमें विलीन झंकार सकल, मुझमें लय है संसार सकल, अमृतत्व झूलता है मुझमें, संहार फूलता है मुझमें, उद्याचल मेरा दीप्तिभाल, भूमंडल वक्षस्थल विशाल, भुज परिधि बंद को घेरे हैं, मैनाक मेरु पग मेरे हैं, दीप्ते जो नक्षत्र निकर सब है मेरे मुख के अंदर, दृघ तो दृश्य अकांड देख, मुझमें सारा ब्रह्मांड देख. यानी हर कण में उन्होंने बता दिया कि मैं हूं, यानी किसी भी कण को अगर आप प्रदूषित करते हैं, आप मुझे प्रदूषित करते हैं। तो अगर आप इस सनातन संस्कृति के संवाहक हैं, if you believe in this perennial ideology of the Sanatan culture, you will always crusade against the forces that will cause some kind of toxification of the environment, pollution of the environment. So, yeah, that is my ideology, and this is what I have always propagated.
So that is a really powerful message that you have been able to bring out here. And given your a deep connection with the nature, what's one lesson it has taught you that no classroom ever could?
I'd like to share that lesson with you. Let's do a quick exercise. Just think of all the problems that you are facing currently in your life. Think about studies, economics, romance, any problem that you're facing, just think and how you'll solve it. Now, with me, just take a deep breath and hold it. Just hold it. Keep on holding it. I'd like to know if you can think about those problems, the solutions, after 30 seconds of holding that breath. Just keep trying. Some of you would into swimming, whoever is an athlete might, after 45 seconds, no one can. No one of us. And 1 minute, as you asked, your entire focus would be, I need to catch my breath. That's how important air is for us. And now, I'd just like to impart something else. How hard have our parents worked to give us, provide us, nourish us with food? How many times do we eat? 3 times a day, max? 5. I eat 5. How many times do we breathe? Now, if I come to your house, if I invite you, and I spit in the dal I prepared for you, would you eat at my place? But something that we need every 3 to 4 seconds, people are not only spitting, they are poisoning it with noxious fumes across the length and breadth of the entire world. Are we angry? Are we agitated? You know what the worst part? And this is what I would like to ask from all of you, because you know what Viksit Bharat is? It's me and you. If we are Viksit, Bharat is Viksit. We've got the blessings of Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. We must act upon this. The saddest part that we've missed is we had the grandest election in the history of the planet last year, and not one major political party made environments its agenda. Not one. And you know why? Because we are not speaking about it. We are not feeling agitated about it. We are at some junction, and it started to affect us directly. If people start coming and cutting down the trees of your campus, but this, we are not limited to this campus. We are a nationalistic society. Sanatan is running through our veins. So we must feel agitated when, and I'm sitting at IIM. You know, the worst part is people pit economy versus ecology. We need to change that. We need to change this concept of development from ego to eco, from ego-tourism to ecotourism. We need to do that. And the only people who can do that is you all. So that's what I want, that it should become an election agenda. It should transcend from these discussion tables to the grassroots.
So that is very impactful. And on similar lines, so as we reach to the end of our conversation, I would like to ask you, what is the one small or daily action that can be done by the youth in order to create the biggest impact environmentally, which you believe?
Well, I mean, everybody is open to do anything. One is change the mindset. Whenever you work on a new project, on a new idea, try to make it environment centric. Daily life, I would say, I know reducing plastic and everything is very important, but and I'm not trying to attack any culture here. I'm not trying to target your food choices. But if you can reduce the amount of meat in your daily consumption, because as per the UN report of 2013, 2017, 2019, and 2022, long shadow of the livestock industry, the most dangerous industry polluting the climate right now has been the global livestock industry. India is still much better in that regard because we've not bred livestock the way it's done in the West, but it's happening. It's starting to happen here. So the only way to change this is to decrease the consumption, and not only of meat, of any animal product that we use, which includes milk, which includes leather. We should be very mindful and consume with consciousness. Right? Yeah.
Yes, so very rightly said. And I would like to take the time to thank you for this very insightful session. Your perspective and experiences that you've shared have been very insightful for us. And I would like to thank you for the same.
Thank you, Vartika. Thank you so much.